Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment, here to lead a discussion as to whether or not the Tennessee Titans should take tight end out of Georgia, Brock Bowers, with the number 7 overall pick a week from now in the 2024 NFL Draft. By the way, I released my first mock draft late last night, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't going through the algorithm because I was getting like weird comments from people telling me they didn't get notifications for it. They didn't see it in their subscription. So I'm going to go ahead and put a card for that up above, or you can just, check my channel if you haven't seen that mock draft, because definitely it was weird in terms of the engagement, because people also were just telling me they didn't get anything from it. So just go ahead and check that out if you haven't already. But here today, we're going to discuss whether or not they should take Brock Bowers. And I was surprised because the last couple of videos I've made, I've had people still talking about Brock Bowers. Now, I've even mentioned it, and I think the most recently I did was right after we signed Calvin Ridley. Because after we signed Calvin Ridley, now we have the duo of Ridley and Hopkins. And I was like, you know what? I'm open to the possibility, but I was still doing my tape studies and my overall evaluations. We would be pretty stupid to take Brock Bowers at 7. And I know there are Brock Bowers fans, and I get it, but you really need to explain to me how he's going to make this team so much more better than who would probably be a Joe Alt, a Rome Odunze, or maybe a Malik Neighbors. But let's just keep it to Alt or Odunze. Let's assume Neighbors is gone for this discussion, and that you would take Bowers over one of those two. Why? Like, I really, really, really need a strong case as to why. Let's start with taking him over Joe Alt. Why would you take? Because here's the thing about Brock Bowers that I think people haven't really understand, because maybe they haven't watched the tape enough. He's a good blocker. He's not a great blocker. He's not a transcendent run blocker who all of a sudden is going to wake up our run blocking game, and you're going to have him out there running routes. So why would you take, and this is also in conjunction to Odunze then, why would you take Brock Bowers, who's not even going to produce as much as a wide receiver in Odunze? He's a tight end. If he puts up Travis Kelce puts up numbers. He can't put up more numbers than a top 5 wide receiver. No tight end can, unless if their name is like Tony Gonzalez. And even he couldn't compete with like T.O., So why would you take this more talented in terms of his pass-catching ability tight end before you would take a franchise left tackle in Joel, who I believe is I actually think they're similar prospects, but definitely a more valuable prospect as a left tackle, or Odunze, who I have as a better prospect as them both. It just doesn't make any sense. The argument, to me, if anything, would be, oh, you don't like Chigo Okonkwo, and you think we need more at the tight end position, and I actually agree with you. It's not that I don't like Chigo Okonkwo. He should have took more of a step than he did last year. It was virtually not a step at all. He kind of came on late in the season, but it was virtually the same as it was his rookie year. And we saw nothing from Josh Wiley. Literally zero. So as far as I'm concerned, until he does anything, really he's Kyle Phillips, except he's able to stay healthy. But I'm not assuming either one of them are ever going to do anything. Just because I like their athletic profiles, until they do something out there on the field, I don't care. I like Colton Dowd's athletic profile. I mean, now Wiley plays a lot more. He is our backup tight end. He played a decent amount of time. He didn't show us anything. Nothing, nada. For you to say, well, I love Josh Wiley as our number 2 tight end. I'm fine with the idea of taking a tight end. Like, if we really loved, and this was a deep tight end class, like last year, and we really like Sam Laporta, and this is not even hindsight, which I guess it will sound like, and we really like Sam Laporta in the second round, and we took Sam Laporta, I'd be like, okay, cool. Or we really liked some of the other tight ends that went last year, and we took one of them in the 4th, I'd be like, okay, I get it. Because I think we could use help at tight end. I expected to sign a free agent tight end, and we didn't. But to draft a tight end who, again, he's better than Chig. Okay, he's better than Chig. But what is he? He's giving you more consistency than Chig, better route running than Chig, better blocking than Chig. He's going to be an improvement over Chig. But to me, the only argument versus Odunze is, okay, Bowers would be more valuable in their rookie years. Okay. But as soon as Hopkins leaves after this year, which one are you going to need more? Okay, you're going to need a wide receiver more. So I don't care about this year. I want to compete. I want to make the playoffs, but we're not winning the Super Bowl this year anyway. So telling me that Bowers is going to play more than Odunze in their rookie years, so that's why we need to take Bowers. I don't care about their rookie years. I care about what's going to happen in years 2, 3, 4, and onward. And then overall, I think it's kind of insanity. I think maybe you just like Bowers for reasons. Maybe you liked or you went to Georgia. And maybe and look, I see people that have Bowers overall on your big boards, and I think it's close, sure, but it doesn't make any damn sense. It would be insanity. I think he's going to be a very good tight end, so I wouldn't hate it, but if he ends up coming in here and has a pretty productive career and is like TJ Hawkinson got traded. He's one of the top 6, 7 tight ends he got traded. The Lions said, all right, we got the years out of you. We drafted you at 9 or whatever it was, and you're gone. So I think it's just, I think it's crazy. Don't even get me started on Kyle Pitts at 4. Now, we all know the Falcons are idiots, and they don't care to use any of the weapons that they draft, and we'll see what Kyle Pitts finally does this year. But to take Brock Bowers, who again I like, over an Alt or an Odunze is insanity. And now that we know for sure, because it wasn't clear, we all presumed, or at least we were beginning to presume there was going to be quarterbacks 1, 2, 3. But now we know it could be quarterback 1, 2, 3, 4. It'd be just insane now. Like maybe back in December when we thought it was going to be quarterback 1, 2, and then we thought it was going to be maybe Marvin Harrison Jr. here, and then Malik Neighbors there, and then Alt here, and then Odunze there. Then, okay, we could have a conversation about Bowers, because at that point it makes some sense. But at this point, when it's basically guaranteed that Alt, Odunze, or maybe your Neighbors going to be there, it's insanity. It's insanity. And he'd be a good player again, but it'd be crazy. And it'd be one of those things that you look back on for years and say, wow, how did we not take the better player? How did we not take the more impactful player for us? Because I think Odunze is a better prospect than Bowers. And again, I think Alt and Bowers are close. But with Odunze, I think he is. I think he's better. And I think, again, everyone's fascinated as they should be with Ridley and Hopkins this year and excited about it. Okay. When Hopkins is gone next year and Ridley's 30, guess what? We're going to need a number 1 wide receiver again. I know people love Ridley. I like Ridley. He's not a top 15 wide receiver. Go down the list and count. He's not. He's a 1B. Let's get a 1A. We're going to need one again. Okay? That's why I'm still down to take Odunze. Because as soon as Hopkins leaves the building, we're going to need, and even Hopkins is a 1B, honestly. But we have 2 1Bs, so I'm fine with 2 1Bs. But we're going to need a 1A or a 1B next to Ridley. We're going to need that. I know Hopkins was saying, oh, maybe I'll stay. Okay, maybe you will, but I'm not betting. I'm betting on him having another productive year this year. Not next year. Next year, he's going to finally start to fall off. Maybe you can convince me for one more this year. All right. I'm not betting on that next year. If he wants to come back for cheap next year for 6, 7 mil, if he's productive again, sure. But I ain't betting on him at that point. Maybe he's Keenan Allen. I don't know, but I ain't betting on that. We need to start planning to get another wide receiver in here. And maybe, who knows, maybe Traylon Burks finally wakes up from his latest concussion. But until then, I think it's insanity, guys. I know that Brock Bowers has his fans, and we'll see where he goes. And I don't think, by the way, there's a chance that hell he goes number 5 to the Chargers. I think that'd be crazy. I think he's going to end up going to probably the Jets or something. That's where he's mocked the most. He could even fall a little bit more than people are expecting. But at 7, nah, you got to stay away from Brock Bowers, dog, 100%. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on if the Titans should take Brock Bowers with the number 7 overall pick. What are your thoughts? Comment down below. I want to know if you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. Until the next time, this has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. See you all later.